Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Survival World here. Today we're going to be focusing on a lot more smaller projects, one that's slightly a bit bigger, just to help me organize this world and be able to actually push everything out a lot faster. And for starters, let's get started with transitioning from this deep slate and tough road to the new road texture that I have out here. Let's get into that. And welcome back. So, I think the new road texture has turned out much better than the deep slate and tough blocks that I originally used. I do remember, 2 years ago when I originally put the actual texturing out for the road here and down the town just over here, which it's still, the tough and deep slate over there. I thought the dark roads would look really interesting and kind of work out. But as I've, worked on the areas and everything, I've noticed it doesn't quite fit. So I've, went with this texturing, and I think this looks a lot better. And I've also brought in a ton of moss here just to add a more green texture to the area. Because if we come over here, we look at the grass blocks. The grass looks a lot more dead compared to, the nice kind of almost lush looking green of the moss blocks, which is what I'm going for, at least within the castle itself. And if we take a little flyover, I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to stay, the moss green all out here. But at least within the castle itself, I kind of want the more kind of luscious green look to the grass, per se. And also, coming down this road here, I have plans for a bunch of buildings. So, I have the road coming out here, stretching down here, and all the way out here. And I have buildings lining the walls of the outer wall and also the actual keep itself. And we'll, get to build those buildings as well sooner down the road. Same with redoing this barn, because unfortunately I do not like this design. When I first built it, 2 years ago, I thought it was okay. I thought it worked, and I'd maybe touched up here and there, but it just did not sit right with me. So I do have a redesign for it, and haven't built it yet in the actual survival world, but we'll get to that in due time, because obviously we still have a lot of walls to build. I have a building or a couple buildings planned over here and whatnot. But yeah, so there's more stuff that we can work towards. And right here, obviously I had to cut out here and here for dispensers, because I thought the dispensers down here with the fence coming down, because if we break a fence, it fits almost perfectly. So I figured that it adds a little more depth for texture. But let's quickly sleep. But yeah, going forward with more stuff within the castle itself. Obviously I have this door, and I'm not sure if I ever mentioned in a past video about what I want to do, but obviously we have the hole in the mountainside. If we zoom out over here, holding the mountainside, and obviously a bunch of texturing that I have to do for this actual cliff face itself, which is going to take a lot of time, a lot of resources, but that'll come in due time. But basically, I want this door to kind of, spiral down, like the pathway spiraling down all the way down into the cave network down here, which I've done all my mining in thus far. So I almost want to build like a little dwarven city down here, which I think would look cool. Kind of almost like an abandoned dwarven city that's down here that was taken over, and a castle built over top of it. But obviously, future plans. But I think that's all the updated work that I'm going to be doing over here. Let's move on to a bigger project that I have in mind. You guys remember the end episode where we went to the end, took out the dragon, did some end farming, got the shulker boxes. The end portal is actually just below this village here, which I believe the hole that I made to get down into the end, or the fortress is, right here. But we're not going down there today. Today we're actually going underground, down right here. We fly all the way down here. You see I've started to light up things. But right here, I have another portal here that takes us to the roof of the Nether, and another portal back teleports us to the castle. But here, I want to work on a giant storage unit. As you can see, I have the schematic kind of loaded up for the time being. But the storage unit, I kind of want, near the end portal. That way, if I want to do stuff in the end, it's there. I have a portal up to the Nether roof, so that way I'm able to, go back and forth between the castle and here, and also, for future projects along, in the future. But yeah, let's get it started with lighting up the dark cave, which actually takes some time. And we are back after quickly lighting up this cave. Though I say quickly, yet I lost my chest plate and my helmet in doing so, with a lot of arrows taken, and I went through a good 4 or 5 stacks of arrows. But in doing so, I also got all this for loot, minus the diamonds I used to remake a chestplate and helmet, but not too bad of some loot. But now comes the fun part of digging out the square box for the storage unit, and then building it itself. So let's get into that.
I'm in the back seat. You should probably take the wheel. I'm kinda twisted inside, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm just here for the ride, okay? Fuck, here comes a double vision. Does Megan Fox have a twin or something? Might be the Prozac kicking in, but she tossed her drink in my face and I didn't even flinch. My mom says love's not easy, just keep your head held high. People will find you pretty, I just wonder where they are. You like my Batman t-shirt, it costs like $50. Someone must think I'm pretty fly right now. Maybe I'm going crazy, can't catch a break lately, and I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing, I said it, I meant it, and I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little love. Get a little. What you gotta do? What? Did somebody just say hello? Nah, I'm flying Han style, solo. Do you like that Star Wars reference, baby? There's more where that came from. Catch a movie later? Guess I'll see you around. I got a busy week too, I'm watching X-Files. Could be the Mai Tai doing things, but hey, you know what? I'm calling that a win. My mom says love's not easy, just keep your head held high. People will find you pretty, I just wonder where they are. I got one extra ticket, do you like Comic-Con? Someone must think I'm pretty fly right now. Maybe I'm going crazy, can't catch a break lately, and I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing, I said it, I meant it, and I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little love. Mr. Spock. you gotta do, what you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing. I said it, I meant it, and I just wonder what you gotta do, what you gotta do to get a little Legos and Cheetos. Pardon the fly. It's Wingardium Leviosa. What you gotta do, what you gotta do to get a little. What you gotta do, what you gotta do to get a little love. I'm in the back seat. You should probably take the wheel. I'm kinda twisted inside, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm just here for the ride, okay? Fuck, here comes a double vision. Does Megan Fox have a twin or something? Might be the Prozac kicking in, but she tossed her drink in my face, and I didn't even flinch. Mom.
And what a build this is. We have our, I'll say giant storage unit that should last us a little while. Obviously, I'm going to have storage units kind of throughout other projects that I build as well, but this is going to act as my more main storage unit. As by coming to the free cam here, the end portal is just up here, so the actual storage unit is not too far away. Obviously, I have to make a way to get to the place, because right now I just come up here, I fly out, up, and then down the hole that's somewhere up over there. But yeah, this has come out pretty nicely. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual aged down copper that I want to, nor do I have any beeswax to stop the copper from aging, as you can see here. What I want to do is kind of have like the fully aged down copper as the middle lining here, go with the trapdoor. Ideally, I'm going to swap out the glowstone for sea lanterns once I get, you know, a guardian farm up, or at least go do and clear out a guardian temple. So that way, you know, the light kind of fits better with the kind of bluer tones up in the ceiling. But ideally, I want to keep the actual main copper color along the edges and also above the chests. But all the chests are accessible in the top row here, and obviously the bottom row. I have all the stuff that was in all the shulker boxes just in these chests for the time being until I actually organize it, because obviously I still have to bring everything from the castle base over here, or, you know, bring some stuff from here over to the castle base. But yeah, obviously this took up a bunch of time, but I think I have another kind of smaller project in mind to kind of get us going for the last little tail end of the video. So let's get right into that. And the final build I have for this episode here is a bridge that's not too far away from the castle, going into the direction of the end stronghold. But once the time lapse is over, I'll take a little walkthrough of the build itself, and I'll kind of show you where it's situated within the world. But I want to, you know, take a minute here and kind of talk with you guys and just kind of figure out what your guys' interest would be going forward with this series. Obviously, I have the next couple episodes, like 2-3 episodes, roughly planned out in terms of what I want to do in them and kind of what I want to push out within, you know, the survival world. But moving forward with that, like, obviously I have a bunch of builds planned and worked out, but I want to see what you guys want. You know, maybe you guys want to see a project that I kind of have in the back of my mind kind of somewhat planned out, but maybe I think it's going to be further down the line, whereas you guys want to see it, you know, in the next few episodes. That could be, you know, for example, like a desert build, a jungle build, or, you know, an underwater build as an example. But, you know, I just kind of want to take your guys' you know, interest into mind with, you know, this series, because I want to do what I enjoy, but I also want to, you know, keep you guys engaged and, you know, maybe include some of your guys' ideas within the world itself. So moving forward, you know, just, you know, drop in the comments like kind of what you guys want to see moving forward in the next few episodes, and, you know, maybe I'll plan some stuff out, or, you know, push those forward. Obviously, like I said, next couple episodes are kind of planned out in terms of what I want to push out in them. But moving forward, you know, maybe we could take a break from the castle and towards the fortress, and, you know, work on something completely different. Yeah, just, you know, drop your comments down below and let me know what you guys kind of want to see, and I'll keep that in mind going forward. Yeah, for now, you know, enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I'll see you guys through the walkthrough of the bridge.
I had a dream once, I kept it close. It seemed so important to have it all. believe that I needed to be someone, to actually be someone. Everyone else seemed to get it right, but now I'm the cool kid, all weird, not chasing superficial things, that's clear. Ooh, I've got cool friends, ditch trends, they always see through them. That's why I am rich. Though I got no money, no, no, no. I am rich. Isn't it funny, though? Looking back, all I see is signs. I'll never needed what they expected of me. All I ever needed was me to believe in my God telling me I don't want that life, or all the things you're supposed to like. But now I'm the cool kid, all weird, not chasing superficial things, that's clear. Ooh, I've got cool friends.
And with the time lapse over, let me show you the build as it is, standing on top of it here. It, stretches all the way from here to there, which, let's take a quick little measurement here. We got negative 2231, negative 1590, and let's head over to the other side here. And on the other side here, we've got, almost 200 blocks long, so not necessarily a tiny bridge, but take a little zoom out here. As you can see, if we fly just over here, we have the oxidized copper here. But again, kind of same story with the storage unit. I don't have H-down copper at the moment, and honestly, this drained my copper supplies as it is. So I'm just going to let all this age down so it can be all the oxidized copper. And as you can see, the bridge doesn't touch the bottom of the water right now. And that is mainly just due to the fact I don't know exactly how I want to kind of cut the land out from underneath it. I think I want to take it like this bit of land, but I don't know if I want to leave this bit, if I want to cut it out, make it all water. I don't know how deep I want everything to be just yet. So we're just going to kind of leave it as is for the time being, because I also might want to come around and add some, cracked stone brick or some mossy stone brick as well, just to add, a bit more texture to the actual stone brick parts of the bridge itself. And as you can see as well, I don't have any lights on it for the time being, just because I haven't quite figured out how I want to do the lights on it. I don't know if I want to have the same kind of lantern style as I do back at the castle, or if I want to do something different. For, example, just a torch or a lantern on some of the, blocks. Well, we'll come back and revisit it, later down the line once I kind of have more things figured out with it. But yeah, this is the bridge itself, and we'll throw the wings on here. And just fly up here. See if we can get in sight here. Yeah. So there's the castle build itself. So quick free cam while I fly. Hopefully not hit a rock. Castle's here. All the way over here is the bridge itself. So it's not too far. It's only one rocket for me to fly from the castle to the bridge. It's unfortunately two to fly from the bridge back to the castle, just because I have to fly over a mountain. But, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And, as I said during the time lapse, if there's anything you guys want to see going forward in this world in terms of other builds and whatnot, let me know down in the comments. We'll, I'll take that in consideration and, work on them potentially in the future. Obviously, like I said, I have next couple of episodes kind of planned out in terms of what we're going to be doing with this world. But after that, we're definitely going to, do something new, something a little fresh. That way, it's not kind of repetitive things going forward. But yeah, thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.